What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to a different kind of Fire Emblem Heroes video. And for the longest time I have wondered if we could get the usage stats of the units that you face in Arena, just like how you can see the usage stats of Pokemon that you face on the Pokemon Showdown ladder like this. And this amazing Reddit user who goes by the name of Falutin has made this possible. So basically what he has done is that he has collected data of his 200 arena fights over 2 months, and he has made a list of the units that were most common for him and the most common skills that he saw on these units. This is really incredible, so make sure to check out the original post. I have linked it in the description down below, and this user has done a terrific job. Now you would ask me that why this data is important. Well, first of all, you'll be able to see the metagame trends, and this will give you an idea what to prepare for. Like for example, in Pokemon, when we team build, you want to see which are the most popular threats in the metagame. Like for example, Landorus T is the most common Pokemon run in OU, so that's why you at least want to have 2 ground checks and something that can deal with a supersonic Sky Strike Z move. And Ash Greninja is also really popular, so you want to make sure that you have got some water resist. And Tapu Lele is also incredible, so you want to pack some steel types and stuff like that. However, the main difference between the usage list which Falutin has created and the one on Smogon is that the Smogon 1's data belongs to a universal set, and it has got data from every single OU ladder match which took place on that site that month. And usage stats for Fire Emblem Heroes is only from one user, and like I said, it is incredible and will still give you an idea what things you have to run to counter the most popular stuff. So let's take a look at some of the most common units. So here we have got these top 10 units. First of all, we have got Hector. I was really surprised because I was expecting Reinhardt to be the first one. I thought that people stopped running armored units on their defense teams, like after Skill Energies mechanic. Like people do pack a lot of red units, and Hector is not really that hard to deal with if you have got a good red unit. However, I can see why people run Hector on their defense team, mainly because of the fact that he's got distant counter and he's got quick riposte built into his weapon, and he can also run stuff like Vantage. And Hector with Vantage can hit really hard, especially if he has got his Bonfire or Igneous Special ready, and he can be a pretty big nuisance if he's running Wings of Mercy. And there's always going to be those 1 or 2 guys who are going to be unprepared for Hector, and they're going to lose that arena match because of a Vantage Hector or a Wings of Mercy Hector, and that will be the end of their deathless run. And if your red unit does not have very good physical defense, and if that unit gets low on health, then Hector can be a big problem, because like I said, he's a bulky unit. It's not like he goes down in a single hit even from some of the red units, unless you have got 50+ attack, or if you have got a red mage or a green mage. But sometimes I have even seen Hector run Green Tome Breaker, and that would just mess me up because I would always run Blade Tomes with Nino and Bunny Camilla and Cecilia, and that would really mess up because he would just block the desperation hit from my green mage with Green Tome Breaker. So that's also something that Hector's run. And then second off, we have got Ryoma. Ryoma is an incredible unit because he can even have higher attack than Hector if he runs Fury or Life and Death. And Ryoma is one of those units who has got just the right amount of bulk. Like he does not have too much bulk or too little. It's that so that he can survive at least 1 hit sometimes because of his speed stat and because of his defenses, and then he could be in his Vantage range, and then he can be a big nuisance unless you have got Fire Sweep Lance or Fire Sweep Bow Plus. And that's why Vantage units and Vantage builds are really popular, so that's why Fire Sweep builds are gaining popularity these days. And especially with Roderick being released, a lot of units like Cordelia can run Fire Sweep Lance. We've actually got all of the 4 units from the Hero Fest banner here. Takumi is chilling here on the 8th spot, but still Takumi with his Brave Bow set is really threatening. And Azura of course can use Sing, and Sing can definitely make the movement of your opponent's team a bit unpredictable, so it can be hard. And usually you see like 3 mages and Azura, and that is like the most common archetype of defense teams these days. That's what I face most of the time, and a lot of times one of those mages is Reinhardt, and we all know that Reinhardt is the best unit in the game. I believe that Reinhardt deserves his own tier because of the fact that how broken he is. None of these units require a specific check. Like For Hector, you can just pack any red unit and he'll be fine. And for Roma, you can just pack any lance unit and maybe any unit with Swordbreaker and you'll be fine. But with Reinhardt, you need to have high resistance mages. So yeah, that's the reason why I think Reinhardt should have his own tier. He should be at like SS plus tier in my opinion. I honestly expected Reinhardt to be at number 1 because we've got like 3 Reinhardt banners and he can also appear as a 4-star unit and you can easily upgrade him. And the thing is that you do not even need a plus attack Reinhardt in most cases. Any kind of Reinhardt who's not minus attack is a really good unit, and we might actually see rise in usage of Reinhardt because I do believe at the time when Falutin started gathering the data, Reinhardt's Vantage banner was not out. And then we have got Ike at the 5th position. Ike is a really popular unit. A lot of people were waiting for him, but it turned out that he was just a bait banner for Hero Fest. So a lot of people who were gonna be getting Ike actually spent their orbs on the Hero Fest banner and ended up getting some units like Rema, Hector, Azera, and Takumi. But still, Ike is a really good unit because he has got amazing bulk and Ragnell has got distant counter built into it. And as you can see the trend that any unit that has got distant counter skill built into their weapon is automatically very much used and is a top tier unit. And then we have got Nino. Nino is the best green mage in the game right now, and Nino is also pretty easy to get because she can appear as a 3-star unit and a 4-star unit, so you can easily raise that Nino. And she's not really rare per se because she appears as a 3-star unit, and by principle, like, I think that any unit that appears as a 3-star is not very rare. So yeah, Nino is there, and Groundblade is a busted weapon, and Nino is able to completely destroy even red units after she gets buffed from Eric or Ephraim. And Julia is there to check Nino and other green mages like Cecilia, Soren, stuff like that. Julia has got high resistance, and she's also got the weapon Naga, which gives her plus resistance when she is being attacked. So it does work for her in enemy phase, and you can easily bait out green mages with Green Tomebreaker Julia to get rid of them. And Julia is actually really incredible because of her high resistance, because she can even take on a Fire Emblem Bunny Camilla on her own because of that. And then we have got Takumi, quite low. He has fallen off definitely, but now he does not run Fusion Yumi and Vantage set. Instead, you see him running Brave Bow and Life and Death set with maybe Swordbreaker or Desperation, depending if he's plus speed or not. And Takumi is still a threat, I feel like, because his damage output is really good. Like, his base attack is pretty good for a Brave Bow user. And Takumi has been on 2 banners. He was on the very first banner when the game came out, and then he was on the Hero Fest banner, so that's something. And then we have got Sharina at the 9th spot. Now Sharina, I do like to believe that she is the best unit out of the starter units. Best one is Sharina, then we have got Anna, and at last the bench warmer Alphonse. And Sharina does provide really good boost with rally attack, and she can even run Hone Speed, and she's also got Threat and Attack 2 built into her weapon. And she's overall a really incredible unit. Like, she's amazing free to play unit. And then we have got Effie at the 10th spot. Effie is considered to be one of the best blue units because of her high attack. She's actually got the highest attack in the game, and she's often seen running Distant Counter or Brave Lance set, and not much can live a Brave Lance plus set because she hits really hard. And the fact that she's got Very Fighter means that even some green units like Nino will not be able to one round KO her, and if she's got Distant Counter, then she's able to retaliate back and hit really hard, even though Nino has got the Weapons Triangle advantage. And Falutin actually posted extended usage list of these units up to like up to 86, as you can see. So if we look at this, Anna also has got the same usage as Effie, and Anna is also one of the units who is in rotation for bonus units in Arena every season, along with Sharina and Alphonse. So that's why she's pretty common, and it's safe to invest in like all starter units, because in case you get unlucky from the current banners, and if you do not get any kind of like good bonus unit for Arena, then you can definitely use your starter units. And then we have got Noe. Noe is really popular because she's able to deal with Horse and Leo and Tharja, and pretty much be a big nuisance for red units with her Triangle of Depth skill, which she is commonly running along with quick riposte. And Xander is also there at the 13th spot. Xander is the most used Grand Hero battle unit, as you can see, because Xander is just incredible with his defense stat and the fact that he's got distant counter skill built into his weapon. And then we have got Lucina. Lucina definitely has fallen off. And then we have got Lind. I mean, why run Lind when you can run Reinhardt and just annihilate units? But Lind is still a very good unit because of her awesome power and her speed. And then we have got Camus, Ninian, Erika, Celica, even Cordelia. I do think Bright Cordelia is gonna rise in usage. I've seen a lot of Bright Cordelias, and the fact that cancel affinity is a thing, random Bright Cordelias in the arena can run that to mess up your Raven Tome users, which is also something to consider. And then we have got Bunny Camilla, Olivia, Zephiel, Young Tiki, Hinoka for Fire Emblem, and Cecilia because she's an incredible unit. She can run the Grand Raven set and the Grand Blade Plus set, and I do not think you need to prepare for any of these units. You definitely want to prepare for Hector, some good red unit that has got good bulk and can take on Hector, or some kind of Fire Bow unit who can safely poke Hector, or some kind of mage like Lina or Celica or Sanaki who can completely destroy Hector. And you definitely want to run some kind of lance unit for Realma. She's not hard to take out, but she can definitely make your deathless runs a bit tough because of her existence, because she will be able to use Sing and just make the movement of your opponent's units unpredictable. And Reinhardt is incredible with his mobility, and recently we got a really good Reinhardt check in Sonya. So if you do not have any kind of Reinhardt check, then I highly recommend you to get a Sonya, because Reinhardt is always going to strike twice, and that is going to charge up Sonya's Moonbow, and then she'll be able to do 10 additional damage because of her Dark Excalibur, and most of the time just kill Reinhardt even if he has got the Horse Emblem buffs, because Sonya is really powerful, and that's something that you can run to take care of Reinhardt if you were lucky to pull a Sonya. And some other Reinhardt checks also exist, like Distant Counter Titania for Horse Emblem teams, Bunny Camilla for Fire Emblem teams, Hector of course for Armor Emblem teams, and what else? Triangle Adept Fae, Lightning Breath plus Fae for Dragon Emblem if anyone runs that. And those are the checks which you can run on the Emblem teams. Otherwise you can run Julia, Soren, Nino, and even like female Robin is a good unit if you do not have any other green mage. You can even run female Robin as a budget Reinhardt check if you really want to have a check to Reinhardt. And Nino is also incredible. So once again, you want to have a magic check, because magical units are really popular right now, especially Nino and Reinhardt of course. I know that definitely a lot of people will think that Hector should not be the most used unit because he's an armored unit and he's pretty easy to play around, because most teams do carry a good red unit to take care of him. But I can definitely see why people run him, because you can definitely catch some unprepared people off guard, and that's all you need. You just need one good arena defense victory to get your feathers. So I can definitely see why people run him. And then let's move on to some of the skills and weapons. So as you can see, Armats is at 1 because of Hector, and Raijinto is at number 2 because of Realma. These legendary weapons cannot be inherited. Any weapon which does not have plus sign to it cannot be inherited. So Dark Excalibur, Dark Aura cannot be inherited, and only weapons who have got plus sign beside them at the 5-star rarity can be inherited. And Brave Lance is also really common because Brave Lance is run on Effie, on Hinoka, on Cordelia, on a lot of units. And Grand Blade is also run on Bunny Camilla, Cecilia, and Nino. So that's really common. And now let's take a look at the most used Slate passive skills. Fury is at number 1, which is no surprise because anytime you go into arena, you will see a bunch of units who have got Fury as their Slate skill, because Fury is really easy to get because Hinata appears as a 3-star unit, and you can definitely invest like 2000 feathers and get Fury 3 skill. And Fury just is such an amazing skill that it's never too bad to run it on like any kind of unit, because Fury gives you offensive and defensive stat boost, and its damage can also be used to your advantage for skills like Vantage and Desperation. So that's why Fury is really common. And Distant Counter is at number 2. I definitely see a lot of Distant Counter units, but I didn't think that Distant Counter would be at number 2. And Distant Counter is usually run on Zephiel, Effie, and Azura. Azura can take another role, which is of being a red mage check, if she runs distant counter because she's got really good resistance. And I'm actually surprised that Ephraim is not mentioned here because I see a lot of distant counter Ephraims in Arena. Maybe it's just me, but hopefully if Faluten decides to make another one of these, we can definitely compare the stats of these to that one. And all of the heavy blade users were Ike, and he didn't really face any kind of heavy blade Gale Force builds. I mean, those are really expensive to build, and most of the time they're not really worth it even if you are a whale. Like, I guess you can run that if you're a whale and if you've got the resources, because you need a extra Lin or Cordelia for Gale Force, and still it's a very niche build which you can run on some units, so I can definitely see why this is not common. It does sound good on paper to some people, but yeah, it's niche usage like I said. And Triangle Adept is mostly run on Novi, and Novi is the most popular user of that because Novi is able to reduce the damage from Falchion users, and many times is actually able to kill them because of Quick Riposte and Moonbow, which you can run. And Death Blow 3 is at 3rd spot, which is no surprise as well because it gives +6 attack, and that is incredible. And even though Cancel Affinity does exist now, I do not think that Triangle Adept 3 is gonna see any kind of decrease in its usage because Cancel Affinity is a really niche skill, and more often than not you can run something better like Vantage, Desperation or Quick Riposte in that slot B skill, and only Fire Speed Bow Plus users like Bright Cordelia and other bow users can afford to run that because even Kagero would enjoy Vantage a lot more than Cancel Affinity. It's a really niche skill. And then we have got Speed +3 because of all of those Azuras, Darting Blow, Heavy Blade, and Life Ended 3 is pretty low because it's locked to 3-star units. And then we have got Close Counter and Defiant Attack, and then we have got Close Counter and Defiant Attack 3, and he does state that blue is the most popular color for Triangle Adept skill, so there's more reason for you to run green units like Nino and Julia. And let's move on to B passive skills. So Vantage is at number 1 because it's a really good defensive skill, and it's just being used on Ike, Reoma, Hector, stuff like that. So that's why it's at number 1. And Wings of Mercy is also no surprise because it's a great skill. You can definitely catch a lot of your opponents off guard with this skill and get easy defense wins because of this. And Desperation is really popular on fast mages like Lind and Nino. And then we have got Sword Breaker, Very Fighter 3 because of Effie. Drag Back is also amazing skill with Brave Lance users, and Quick Riposte 3 and Quick Riposte 2 in the same list. Quick Riposte 2 is at 10th spot and Quick Riposte 3 is at 8th spot, and he has stated that it's because of the fact that it's locked to 3-star units, so that's why a lot of people do just run Quick Riposte 2. I've also said in most of my videos that you can run Quick Riposte 2 instead of 3 because the difference is pretty marginal. So Sword Breaker is the most common breaker skill along with Green Tome Breaker at 2nd. Green Tome Breaker for all of these green mages, and Sword Breaker because of the red units, and red units are definitely on the decline I feel like. And then let's move on to the C passive skills, and Hone Attack and Hone Speed are at top 2 because they're just very easy to get skills. You can easily get Hone Attack 3 from Olivia and from female Corin, and you can get Hone Speed 3 from Matthew and from Erica at 4-star rarity. And Threaten Speed is the most common type of threaten skill as he states right here because of Takumi, and a lot of units like Reoma do definitely run that. And then we have got the assist skills. Reposition is at number 1, which is again no surprise because reposition is the best movement skill that we have in the game right now, and over 20% of all of his enemies had reposition, and this had some kind of movement skill just to mix up the movement of their units on the defense team. And some of the units didn't have any kind of assist skill because there's no point of running assist skills like Smite or Shove from units like S to pop up every now and then. So that's why I can see why a lot of people do not run that. Drawback is the second best assist skill. Then we have got Swap and then Pivot on like armored units like Hector, I believe. And then we have got specials, and damn, I was not really expecting Moonbow at number 1. Like, I know there are memes around Moonbow in like every comment section, but still, like, Moonbow is only for the units who are not going to be attacking that much or who do not come into the criteria for any kind of these 3-turn specials. So yeah, definitely surprised about that. 163 Moonbow on like these top 10 units. Hector, Reoma, Reinhardt. I guess Reinhardt does make sense. Yeah, Reinhardt does run Moonbow. That makes sense. Nino can run Moonbow. Outside of Reinhardt and Nino, I do not think any of these units should be running Moonbow. I guess Azura can run Moonbow and that's about it. So yeah, that's really strange. And then we have got Sacred Seals. Most people do not run Sacred Seals because they have that on their main offensive team or for their in-game team or for their grinding team, stuff like that. But I definitely face a lot of Quick and Pulse Reinhardt in Arena, and even a Quick and Pulse Igneous Hector, which is definitely rising in popularity. And then we can see the speed tiers of the units. So the median speed is 33, and people do often consider 30 and 31 as the average speed, and anything above that is pretty decent, and anything above 35 or 35 itself is really good. And the most common speed tier is 24 because of a lot of Hectors, and he has even made a histogram, so it just shows you how much work Falutin has put into this post and into this data. This man is a saint. And here's the histogram, and as you can see, the speed between 24 and 26 is highest. Then we have got 34, and then about 38, 36 is also pretty high. So if you have got 40 speed or anything above 38, that's really good. So that's why you gotta run fast units. So those were the usage stats for Fire Emblem Heroes put together by the amazing Reddit user Falutin, and I'm gonna be leaving this post in the description like I said, and I just give you guys my opinion, what I think about these usage stats. Let me know if you want to see more videos like these where you can just hear my opinion about stuff. These videos are really chill to make, and I can definitely make those. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and let me know what usage stats surprised you. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, and thank you so much, Falutin. This post is incredible, man. If only I could upvote this 100 times.